In New York City, life never really pauses. Not for heartbreak, not for betrayal, not even for a woman who just became a mother. The night Elena gave birth, the city outside her hospital window glowed like 1,000 restless stars. Yellow taxis rushed through wet streets, neon lights flickered, and somewhere in the distance, a siren wailed. Inside the quiet hospital room, Elena held her daughter for the first time. "She's perfect," she whispered, tears slipping down her cheeks. My little Sophia. Her husband, Daniel, stood beside her, staring at the baby. He smiled, but something about it felt distant, like he was already somewhere else. Elena ignored that feeling. She chose happiness. They lived in a tiny apartment in Brooklyn, thin walls, creaky floors, and just enough space for dreams. At first, things seemed normal. But slowly, quietly, Daniel changed. Late nights turned into later ones. Work calls turned into silence. His phone became something he guarded like a secret. And Elena, she was too busy being a new mother to question it, running on 2 hours of sleep, surviving on coffee, rocking Sophia through endless nights while the city hummed outside their window. One winter night, snow fell softly over Williamsburg Bridge, turning the city into something almost magical. Elena sat on the couch, Sophia asleep on her chest, when Daniel's phone buzzed on the table. She didn't mean to look. But she did. A message lit up the screen. "I miss last night already." Her heart didn't shatter all at once. It cracked, slowly, painfully, like ice breaking under pressure. When he came home, she didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just asked, "Who is she?" Daniel froze. For a moment, there was silence. Then came the truth. Not loud, not emotional, just cold. It just happened. Those same careless words that destroy everything. Weeks later, he left. No fight, no real goodbye, just a suitcase, a slammed door, and the echo of footsteps fading down the hallway. New York didn't stop for her grief. The trains still roared beneath the streets. People still rushed past each other without looking. The world kept moving. And Elena, she had no choice but to move with it. The first months alone were brutal. Sophia cried through the night, and Elena cried with her. Bills piled up on the kitchen counter. Sometimes, she stood in the grocery store, calculating every dollar, deciding what she could live without. Milk, or electricity. There was no one to call. No one to lean on. Just her, and a baby who needed everything. So she started again. From nothing, Elena found a job cleaning offices in Manhattan. At night, while the city sparkled with life, she wiped down desks where successful people had worked all day. She emptied trash cans filled with half-eaten meals she couldn't afford. She mopped floors while looking out at the glowing skyline, wondering how a city so full could feel so lonely. She carried Sophia with her sometimes, wrapped in blankets, sleeping quietly in a corner while her mother worked. Days turned into years, and slowly, something changed. Not the city, not the past, but her. Elena stopped waiting for life to get easier. She became stronger instead. She took online classes, learned bookkeeping, practiced during Sophia's naps. It was exhausting. It felt impossible. But she kept going, because giving up was never an option. Sophia grew up watching everything. Watching her mother come home tired, but still smiling. Watching her choose strength, every single day. "Mama," Sophia once asked, Are you sad? Elena looked at her, surprised. Sometimes, she answered honestly. Why? She gently held Sophia's face. Because life isn't always easy. Sophia thought for a moment, then asked, but, we're okay, right? Elena smiled. Yes, we're more than okay. By the time Sophia turned 8, everything looked different. Elena had a small bookkeeping job at a local business. They moved into a better apartment, still small, but filled with warmth. Laughter replaced silence. Hope replaced fear. One evening, as the sun set behind the skyline of Empire State Building, painting the sky in gold and pink, Elena and Sophia sat by the window. Mama, Sophia said softly, do you ever wish things were different? Elena paused. She thought about the past, the betrayal, the nights she felt like she wouldn't survive, the pain that once defined her. Then she looked at her daughter. No, she said gently. Because if things were different, I wouldn't have become who I am. Years later, Daniel returned. Like so many do. Regret in his eyes. Apologies on his lips. I made a mistake, he said. Elena listened. Calm, steady, unshaken. I know, she replied. I want to fix things. She shook her head slightly, not in anger, but in understanding. I already did. When he walked away, it didn't hurt. Because she wasn't the same woman he had left behind. She was stronger, wiser, unbreakable. That night, the city buzzed as always. Cars honked, lights flickered, life moved on. But inside their small apartment, there was something quieter. Something stronger. Sophia laughed as Elena helped her with homework. And in that moment, Elena realized something the city had taught her the hard way. You don't need the world to stop for your pain. You just need the strength to keep going through it. Because in a city that never sleeps, she learned how to rise.